How you doing? My name's Omar McGee. I am the founder of Executive Prep Academy, and it's a pleasure to be a part of hiphopsuccess.tv.
We are Executive Prep. We are poised for greatness. We are diligent in our studies. We are Executive Prep. Failure is not and never will be an option.
What exactly is the Executive Preparatory Academy of Finance?
Well, everything is based around finance. Your life is based around finance. It's no matter what you go into, what occupation you desire, you have to understand finance. I don't care if it's a doctor, lawyer. So we push our kids to their dream. We don't force them to be a banker or force. If you want to be a doctor, you still have to understand what finances. That's the basic thread through our lives. It's the hurt of our community. And now what's crazy about this, and I want to really get this out because it's very important, the impact it has on the community. Now our kids are teaching their parents how to buy cars, how to save money, how to let's not buy a car now. Let's fix our credit so we can get a lower interest rate. And now what's happening is our parents are coming back to us, asking us to start classes. And you know what we're saying? No, listen to your kid.
Listen to your kid. Yeah.
Your kid is teaching you to go the right way. So now you're not only educating that kid, he's educating his little brother, his sister, his mother, his uncles.
So we can pass down education, absolutely.
Yes.
Pass down assets eventually.
Exactly, and they're not making the same mistakes we made.
Man, what was the reaction like when you first started from people in the community, parents and whatnot?
People react differently because, for one, I'm not from, it's a double-edged sword. For one, I'm not from the educational world, so it's hard to really look at me and a normal person walking up to you saying, I'm about to start a school. Originally, I started in film and real estate, and I made a lot of money for a lot of people, celebrities as well. And I acquired a lot of money really fast, so when I got to a point where I knew I can help people, I went to all my friends that I helped make a lot of money for. And I went to them with this plan about this school and this idea. I'm like, man, we can save children, we can do this. And all of them looked at me like I was crazy, like, man. Once I was approved and I got through the hurdles of everybody, I had to put up my own money to start this because nobody believed in the idea of what I was doing. But that's the exciting part, because when nobody believes in you, you know you're doing something right because that lane is open. That means there's no traffic. It's this your idea, move forward and take over the world.
You have how many grades in the school now? Is it high school, 9 through 12?
9 through 12. It's 9 through 12. It's 9 through 12. It's, we started with the first 9th grade class, 2013. We're in our 3rd year now. We started off with some of the worst kids in LA. They approved me 2 months before school started, so that means I got the worst kids in LA, which I wanted. That's the challenge, because that's the demographic that 53% of our kids drop out. And I wanted to prove them wrong because they said our kids don't want to learn, our kids don't want to embed their lives or their family or their community. So that was the challenge.
I came here in my mindset, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be here. I don't want to do this. I don't care about nothing. I'm going right back to Inglewood. But no. My mom, she said,
great move.
She did something wonderful for me. She brought me here, and it was like a smaller setting, less people, not a lot of opportunities for trouble. So I was more focused on academics than anything. Because how? When you don't have any room else for trouble, it's just like you might as well just go for it.
3 years later, 100% graduation, and we on course for 4-year college. 100% of all of our students going to a 4-year college. I can't ask for anything better. We just did the Martin Luther King parade, and like I told you, 3 years prior to that, we had our flyers and we were giving them to people. People wouldn't even read them. Their kids, our kids going to this school, my kid going to that school, throwing our flyers on the floor. 3 years later, we walked the King parade, accomplished in who we are. Everybody's begging to get into our school. We have a 400-kid waiting list right now, and by the time the summer get here, we have over 1,000 kids on the waiting list.
So as far as raising funds for the school, is it complicated? Has it been a problem to raise funds for this mission?
Well, in the beginning, it was really, really hard. It was almost mission impossible. But now that we're getting the recognition, our kids done graced the cover of so many magazines. We've been on CNN. We've been, man, we're about to go to the White House to meet Obama. I just left the White House. It's so many great things that we're doing now. It's starting to be easier, but we still need that great adoption from one of our moguls to really help us take this to the next level, or at least partners or adopt us. That would be the ideal situation.
How about we need a lot of them?
We need a lot of them.
We need a lot of them.
Lot of them.
Make this thing,
like, dude, we can actually save a generation of kids and beyond. Like, our kids don't have to, like, I have the answer. And the answer is this, it's instant gratification. I'm teaching our kids how to make money. It makes sense to get an education now. Like, if I can tell you how to make money, Before you tell a kid to stop selling drugs, you got to give them something to do. Like, you can't say stop selling drugs. Okay, you gave them the option. They going to school for to be a doctor, lawyer. They talk about Harvard, Howard, Yale, Princeton. Like, we're not playing, brother. Like, we shoot for the stars, we land on the moon. We still higher than everybody else.
Tell me a little bit more about what you want to do after school. What college you plan on going to? What are you looking at?
Well, I want to go to Howard University because when I first, like, I didn't really think much of it. But Mr. McGee, he went there and he would like tell me that, you know, this school is really nice. Like, you should check it out and might want to go there. So I have family on the East Coast.
Oh, cool.
So I went home to visit, and Howard was like down the street. So I went to visit, and I got to see what I would be like, getting myself into.
The idea of approaching education the same way we have been is over. And the reason I say that is this. We've been teaching kids the same way for 50 years. Society done changed so much, and this is the first time in American history where our kids are smarter than we are. And the reason they're smarter than we are is because of technology. They consume information too fast. So what happens is the traditional school, you have an instructor go up there and they talk for 2 hours or an hour or whatever it may be. It's too slow.
Right.
Here we don't have that. We have 90 minutes.
Right.
And what we do here in 90 minutes, if a kid is moving slow, we can snatch him out, put him with the tutor system, catch him up, interject them back in class, and they can move on. And the kids that's moving faster, we can push them. So no kid is left behind.
I've been here since freshman year, and much like Cherish,
She was bad.
Yeah, had a few problems, few
I was
issues.
a horrible student.
Tell me about your grade point average now.
Well, I'm like one of the best students now.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Congratulations. That's an honor. I'm sure your family's proud.
Yes,
Yeah. So as far as college for you, what are you thinking?
Howard University.
The culture has changed.
Right.
And it's about winning here. It's not about, average. Everybody want to be great. In 2 semesters, here, we do more work than the average school do in a year.
Wow.
So you just imagine how fast we're giving kids the information. We don't give kids time to sit there and wonder and look at because it's too fast. You have to be on it.
Tell me about the basketball team. You told me that in the beginning you didn't allow them to have a basketball team. Why is that?
So when we first started, we had some of the lowest performing kids in LA. I mean, we had kids walking in here with a 2nd grade reading level. Now, what I didn't understand was your best basketball players are ineligible.
Usually that's the case.
That's the case. Usually that's the case. And they would beg me all the time our first year, Mr. McGee, we need a basketball team, we need a basketball team. But it's no sports until grades are right. So I said, until you guys can come to me and be on an honor roll and be consistent students, not just for basketball, let's talk about it. They did that, all of them were eligible, all of them came with consistent grades, so I created a basketball team, and right now we're 12th in the state.
I went to B Park and I didn't really care about school. Like, I would just play basketball. I would maintain 2.0 just to play basketball, be mediocre. And I was talking to my mom about transferring to a different school. And then the coach here, he was my travel ball coach. So he introduced this school to my mom when he got the job here. And when I came to look at the school, I talked to Mr. Glimph, and he said that they were going to be on me on my grades and not have me like as an average student. He wanted me to be above that. And so now I'm more focused on grades, fighting to get on honor roll, and doing good in basketball.
Yeah, because basketball can be a plus, but in life you want to have different options. You know, a lot of people are good in sports and end up being great businessmen as well. So you might want to do both, or you want to have plan A, B, and C. You know, education is key.
We have no senior class. We are amazingly dominating basketball right now.
So next year you'll have your juniors will be seniors.
Seniors.
Wow.
Well, we only have 3 juniors on our basketball team.
And you're 12th in the state.
Yes. So that means our kids are 14, 15.
Wow. So in
Yes.
order for you to reach your goals, what are you looking for out of the community, out of people, our celebrities, our investors, our bankers, people in the community? What can they do to help this thing expand? How can they be a part of making your vision grow? Because this is something that's needed in the community.
Yeah, what they can do to help our vision grow is something powerful that we're putting together. It's a campaign. It's hashtag help 20,000 kids. So what that means is that by 2026, if you follow and invest in us, you can help educate 20,000 kids by 2026. And the beauty of that is this. What I'm trying to do is create a private school in a poor community free of charge, unlimited resources. So what that means is if I can get kids to grade level and beyond to four-year college that came in on a second grade reading level, imagine what we can do if we give these kids unlimited resources.
Wow.
If they had the same opportunities that kids across the hill has.
So imagine if Dr. Dre gave the $100 million that he gave a rich institution like USC to a brother like yourself. How would that have helped you?
We'll be unstoppable. That means our kids will have unlimited resources. We're talking about radio stations, talking about TV programs, dance, nurse, health. It's so many more things that we can do. Technology will be off the charts. And imagine where our kids would be. If we can do this with limited resources, imagine what we could have done with that money. That money would have, we would have changed the world. We would have changed the dynamic for our kids of this generation. Once we prove to the world that we're going to graduate 100% of our kids and 100% of our kids are going to a four-year college from a demographic that 53% of them drop out, and we have not one dropout.
Wow. With all of this great stuff being said about the school and us seeing it, what does the future hold for Executive Prep?
The future of Executive Prep is educating as many kids as we possibly can, creating a model where people from other states can follow, and possibly save all of our kids, man. Our kids don't have to fail. Like, this is the solution to what our problem is throughout the United States. If we can adopt this process, again, we're not talking about this. I'm not a black leader telling you what you should do and what we could do. We're doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Relate to you. You've gone to college. You're young. You went to what college?
I went to Howard University, but I'm from the streets. I lost my mom at an early age. I taught myself how to read through memorization. I lived on the street. It's nothing that they can show me that I haven't seen. So they understand that right off the bat. I'm just proud to announce when my kids first came here, some of the kids that you've seen at the round table, they are some of our kids that came in testing very low. And now I'm proud to say 3 years later that they are not only testing good, but they're testing higher than private school kids. They are really, really on point and all on their way to a four-year college. Straight A students, honor roll, consistently. And that's why you should never give up on a kid. You never can tell the future of a kid, and you can't listen to his behavior. You got to see the future for them, even when they can't see it for themselves. So I'm very proud to say right now, all our kids are going to a four-year college, 100% graduation, and not no regular college. Harvard, Howard, UNLV, UCLA, USC, MIT, yeah.
We are the students of Executive Prep.
And we are rocking with HipHopSuccess.tv.
Well, here at HipHopSuccess.tv, we're the blueprint to mental success. Of course, we're for the hip-hop community. We're merging education, what you're doing, of the hip-hop community, business, and the music industry itself. Who is your favorite artist of all time in the music business?
I would have to go Jay-Z first. Only reason I would say Jay-Z is because to dominate the game so long, like, he's the only measuring stick that we have to see how old you can get in hip-hop and be relevant. Like, dude is 40-something.
E40.
Yeah, well.
E40 is another one,
But we're talking about on that scale.
Okay,
you know
so
what I mean?
Jay-Z.
This one is. I'm going to rep for my generation. I'm going to say Nas and Biggie. I mean, you can't. That's our generation. I mean, KRS-One is one of my favorites. Rakim, obviously, but my generation, them 90s was so strong.
Yeah, those are all strong, man. It's a tough
Yeah,
question.
it's a real tough question.
Okay, last but not least, before we go walk through the school and see what's going on here, the song that got you into hip-hop, if you could think of one song that made you realize hip-hop was for you, what would be a song you resonated with as a kid?
That Raising Hell movement with Run DMC, man. I would just, and that Rock the Bells. My philosophy, bro, you killing me, man, right now. That paid it full. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, you're asking me a tough question right now. Like, that's probably the toughest question you could ever ask me. What song?
All right, man.
My God, that's tough.
Yo, proud of you, man. Good stuff, bro.
All right.
All right.